Hey, Don, I'd like to ask you about graduation day a long time ago, Baker High School, East Baton Rouge, Louisiana, when Don Lemon graduated from high school and went on to have an incredibly popular television show each night on CNN, and he is now #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. And I'd like to know how many times in your life and your path that you've traveled to all of this success have you stopped, looked in the mirror, and said, wow, I can't believe this?
Why do you want to do this to me early, early in the morning? I try not to think about it. And I thank you for that question. I try not to think about it, but I have had, as you know, times in my career when people told me that I would not make it in this business, especially when I was a journalism student and I should go do something that was more suited to my abilities. It's overwhelming if I actually stop and think about it, because I was always told no in so many ways as a kid. The only people who told me yes were my family members who actually believed in me. And there were some of them who actually didn't. They said when I left Louisiana because of racism, and because I know that if I wanted to achieve what I wanted to achieve, that I'd have to leave that place. There were people who said, oh, you'll be back. You're not going to make it. Wait till you come home. Then there were others who said that they didn't believe that I could make it. And even in this business now, as you know, Joe, as you know, because you have to fight for where you are, you have to fight for your show. There are people who don't believe that you can carry a show, right? And especially a man of color who happens to be gay, and a southerner, I grew up a couple states over. There were people who did not believe that Don Lemon could achieve or carry a show in prime time that people would watch, and all of these things. And the only person at that moment who believed in me was me. So while I appreciate your question and you're making me cry early in the morning, I thank God, I thank my family, and I think the handful of people who did believe in me, and I think the people who allow me the opportunities to be able to talk about it like you guys on this program. So thank you for your question, but I really don't have time to think about it. I can't. It's overwhelming sometimes.
But I will say, though, I hear from parents who tell me that their children watch this show because they're forced to watch the show, because while the parents are sitting around the breakfast table getting ready for work and school, their kids are watching and they listen to a lot. So those kids won't probably be reading this book, but your story about believing in yourself, listening to a voice inside of you, regardless of what the whole world is saying to you, that is such an inspirational message. And it's a message that I hope there's a child in Baton Rouge, Louisiana this morning whose parents are watching this show, or maybe in Brooklyn, or maybe they're in Oregon right now, and they're listening to this show and your incredible message, and they're being inspired by it, because I tell you what, it's a great story. And Don, we just thank you so much for being with us this morning, and congratulations on all of your success, but especially this book.
Thank you, Joe. I was looking down because I got a text message just moments ago about the exact thing that you're saying now. Someone had someone over doing some work at their house, and they were concerned about racism in this time and where the Republicans and Democrats were going. And she handed this young man, who happens to be white, my book, and he was so overwhelmed. She had no idea that he was a fan, and that he watched every night, and that I had some influence on him. So I appreciate what you're saying.
That's
and
great.
People do watch, and you are able to change things. So thank you, Joe. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you having me.
All right. Well, thank you so much. The book is This Is the Fire: What I Say to My Friends About Racism. Don Lemon, congratulations. Thanks a lot, and good luck. Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.